Hello again. My name is Gary Cleveland, and this is the tutorial video for the opening that I made up for the butterfly knife that is called the Oscar. This is, if you want to see my other tricks, I have another video, but this is just going to be for the Oscar. And here I'm going to show it to you, then I'm going to tell you why I think it's going to be the fastest of all time. Maybe not my execution, but certainly the technique itself. And then I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, so first, here is the opening. I'm not going to adjust the speed in this movie at any point. This will be not slowed down or speed up. This is a pretty quick opening. And I think I can actually do it a little faster. There it is, right there. That's the Oscar. All right, so why is this going to be unbeatable? Well, two reasons. Simple logic. First, every other quick opening, the quick draw and the Viper, all other fast openings, in fact, involve one handle being held. The other handle has to swing 360 degrees for the knife to become open. With the Oscar, you see, with the technique, both handles are swinging 180 degrees simultaneously, and so instead of one handle going 360, you've got both handles just have to go 180. So in fact, if the handles are swinging at the same time with all tricks, which they basically are super fast, you're cutting your handle swing time in half with the Oscar. And the second reason is when you say go, for either the quick draw or the Viper, the first thing that happens is not the knife opening, because gravity will not allow, obviously, the knife to open all the way. The first thing you have to do is make a move. You've got to add some energy to that equation to get that thing around, and that takes time. And in the Oscar, you eliminate that pre-move or pre-opening move. You eliminate it completely by the way it's set up. You're just applying pressure. So this thing is essentially spring-loaded at this point. When you say go, that thing is gone. I mean, it opens immediately. Go! Well, I mean, you got to catch it. But you see what I'm saying? So for those two reasons, it seems like logically, I don't see a faster way that this knife could be open. I see no conceivable faster way. If you do, then by all means, I post your arguments. There are going to be people that do this opening faster than I do it. My execution of this is, mediocre at best. All I did was make this up. There are going to be people that are doing this a lot faster than me, probably within maybe there already are people doing this faster than me. But you're not going to beat this technique. There's just no faster way. Okay, and so let's talk about how to do it. All right, so hand placement. You're looking for this knife to rest on this bone in between these two knuckles on this finger. The other side, you're looking for the side of your thumb right here. And basically, you're just going to pinch those two together. The less pressure you apply, the slower the handles will deploy. The more pressure you apply, the faster they're going to go. So if you do it slow with just a little pressure, that's certainly how you're going to learn it. And as far as placement lengthwise, you're probably looking for about 3/4 of the way down the knife. Your knife might weigh differently than this one, and in fact, I apologize for this. I know this is embarrassing to have this thing in the video, but my other knife, I don't even know if it's ever going to be repaired now at this point, so this is what I got for now. I apologize. Okay, so to start out with, the best thing to do is just get a surface and just work on this technique. When you're really actually going to twist a little bit after you apply the pressure. To get the pressure to release, you're going to just twist slightly, and it's going to go. And so what you're going to want to do is just sit here and don't do that. Don't do that. Wait, let me stop right here. If you're going to don't try to do this with a sharp knife. If you're sitting there right now with a sharp knife, please go do yourself a favor and hide that thing, or put a lot of tape on the blade or something, because 100% chance you're going to end up catching the blade while you're trying to learn this trick. Is a guarantee. And the faster, when you start getting up to speed, you're going to be, when you go to catch that thing, you're going to be closing your hand basically as quickly as you can. And if you catch that blade doing that, you are going to have less fingers than you currently have. So do yourself a favor, get a trainer or something, but do not try to learn this trick with a sharp knife. Okay, so you're going to want to, don't do that. What you're shooting for is that. You want to just get used to let it go. But you want both handles the handles to end up basically like this, in some set where you could conceivably grab it. That's what you're looking for. And once you start getting used to that, do that, I mean, for as long as it takes until you just get used to the weirdness of it, probably. But once you get it going like that consistently, then it's going to be time to start catching it. And when you start, you're going to be starting slow. Do not press hard on this. But you're going to have to actually, when you're starting slow, you're going to actually have to lift it. You're going to have to throw the knife up in the air slightly, because gravity is going to take hold of it and start to bring it down. You're just going too slow. All right, hang on a second. All right, so slow motion kind of right there. But so when you're practicing, that's what you're looking for, is something like that. So the throwing up and coming back down it's kind of weird, but that's just the next phase of this, really. And then finally you're going to get to the point where you're ready to go full speed. You don't have to throw this thing up at all. When you click go, the gravity will have no time to take hold. It's just simply going to be open before it's just going to hover there, really, for about 1/10 of a second, and then it's going to be open, and you'll be trying to grab it. All right, when you want to get up to speed, important to note, at the high speed, you have to flatten your hand completely. Once you pop your hand open, it has to open completely, immediately, because those handles are coming. You have to give them clearance. You got to give them room to get around. And as soon as they do get around, that's when you start to close. Now, you're going to see a lot of times when you start to do this fast, the handles are actually going to come in contact with one another, and they'll be on the rebound as you're closing your hand. You're going to have to regroup them. That is common. Because especially when you start trying to go full speed, because they're going to be there faster than you think. Then you can even, before you even can react, they're going to be there. So that's it right there. That's about as fast as I can do it. It was that one right there. Okay, so the good trick for that is when you are at full speed, trying to do this full speed, as soon as you pop, you want to picture in your mind that this knife is already open. So as soon as you pop, you're going to naturally, at this point, your hand will be going completely flat. You'll already have that in your technique. And as soon as your hand gets flat, you're going to immediately grab. You'll know that knife is going to be open. And that's how you're going to get the super, super, super fast. That wasn't it. But that's how you get it the fastest, is just picture that knife is already open. Well, all right. And then, of course, you got to catch it. So that's pretty quick. Okay, so anyway, that should help with if you really are trying to figure this out. Hopefully you heed my advice and don't try this with a sharp knife, like I said. But if you have any questions or anything, put them on there down below. If you have comments, of course, if you think you got a faster technique than this, by all means, let me know. When I made my other video, I wasn't sure about if really this was the fastest. It just seemed to me like it was. But now after 3 months of checking this thing out on YouTube and watching everything else, I'm at this point I'm confident this opening is never going to be beaten. The Oscar is going to, for here on out, be the single quickest way to open this knife. And again, your speed, your execution, that's up to you. I know there are going to be people doing it faster than me, but nobody's going to beat this technique, I don't believe. So anyway, hope you guys thought that was cool. Maybe you can get fast and show your friends what's up. What up? All right, stay cool.